Okay, limited today were Jair, Kenny Clark, Elton Jenkins, Josh Myers, Keyshawn Nixon, Jaden Reed, Quay Walker, Christian Watson, Devontae Wyatt, and Corey Ballantyne did not participate.
Is Quay still in the protocol?
Yes.
You feel like you got better linebacker depth than you've had in previous years to kind of handle that in case you can't play?
Yeah, probably. I think when you just look at how, there's been no fall off. I feel like with just Eric Wilson's ability to go in there, and we just feel really good about that room overall. So all those guys are doing a great job. I think Half's done a great job with them, and Campanelli and Sean Duggan's in that room as well. So really confident with that room.
You've got 4 guys there who have played a lot and done okay. Do you, a lot of times there's only 2 of them on the field. Do you like it? Do you want to see a rotation of those guys, or would you rather have the packages more set and guys getting used to each other?
I think that's a good thing when you can rotate guys, and certainly we've shown that we're not afraid to do that, and no matter what position, whether it's offensive line, DB, linebacker, receiver, tight end, it doesn't matter. So I think that's a benefit to us that we're getting multiple people reps, and they continue to get better and better.
Jacksonville hasn't been a huge blitzing team, but you guys have gotten blitzed a lot this year. Do you expect them to change?
I don't know. I think they do a really good job just in terms of game to game, having a specific game plan. So I think you just got to be ready for it all, and certainly you have built-in answers within your scheme on how to handle certain situations, how to handle certain pressures. So we'll be ready for it.
Matt, earlier in your time here, you faced the Eagles a couple times when Peterson was the head coach there. I'm just curious if there's anything about kind of a Doug Peterson coach team that stood out to you.
No, just that I think they're well coached. I think he's always done a great job. I've got a lot of respect for Doug, not only as a football coach, but as a person. So I think he's always done a great job.
Special teams, and explosive returner, the punter's doing great, you got the veteran kicker now. Are there other players on your wee fence that you think have excelled this season consistently on coverage teams?
Yeah, I think we've had a lot of guys. I think Zane Anderson shows up all the time. Bullard's definitely made some high impact plays. Cooper, there's a lot of guys. Eric Wilson, Isaiah. We've got a lot of guys that we feel confident in.
What would it mean to get Devontae Wyatt back? He was so productive those first few games for you.
Yeah, he's really coming along nicely. He's had 2 good days of practice. We'll see where he's at by the end of the week, whether or not he's healthy enough to go. But yeah, I think when you look at the production that he's been able to provide for us, that would be big for our defense.
Is he kind of what you envisioned when you went to this defensive scheme, that a guy like him in the middle would really thrive?
Yeah, I think so. Just his ability. He's a quick twitchy defensive lineman, and a guy that can really explode off the football. So that is, a benefit of this style of system where we're more of a penetrating front as opposed to like a read and react playing technique. You just want to try to create chaos and carnage in front of you by blowing up the man in front of you.
I know you brought up to the guys looking at Jacksonville's schedule and how all the close games that they've lost, they could be 5-2. But do you at the same time ever bring up the NFC North and say, hey guys, we can't afford to lose these type of games?
No, we don't talk like that. We just focus on the task in front of us, and every week's a great challenge, and you better bring your A game. And you do that by putting in the work throughout the course of the week. So you got really 4 days, 4 opportunities to get in quality of work on your opponent, and then to put it all out there for a 3-hour window on Sunday. So it always, for us, it always starts with the preparation and taking it one day at a time and one moment at a time.
Do you think you've kind of reached an acceptable level with the holding penalties and pre-snap with the offensive line? That was such a problem early on in the season.
What's acceptable? It's never acceptable. There was a good example today. We had a false start and a 2-minute drill. Like, you can't have those. Those are detrimental to your ability to move the football. So I would tell you this, that if guys are playing hard, like there's some penalties that occur that are just, they happen in football. But the pre-snap penalties are, to me, a lack of focus and concentration. And I think those are the ones that you absolutely cannot have, as well as what I always deemed those post-snap penalties. Those are selfish. Like, we can't have those. So I would tell you that we're never accepting of any penalty, but also realizing that sometimes some things happen, especially if you're playing with great effort and physicality. You know, sometimes the runners might bounce a ball outside and you get caught, and you just got to learn to let go of a guy. But those are kind of just the price of doing business at times.
That's good.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, man.